Can't wait to do this review. Hope nothing bad happens. Why? Hello there. I didn't see you there. Just cleaning up the last bit of evidence, and yeah, just had to take care of that pest, and well, now that I'm here and I have your attention, why not talk about the latest Scream movie? Because those haven't gotten old yet. So Paramount decides to have a Scream 5. That's right. 5. Ridiculous, huh? But here we are, 5 movies later, and it's a good one. I actually really enjoyed it, believe it or not. But yeah, Scream 5. I mean, what is there to say? First film without Wes Craven. You know, tragic passing. Obviously the mastermind behind the series. He directed all 4. But with him gone, here we are with 5, and must I say, it was a pleasant surprise. So, spoilers aside, what do I honestly think about it? It's a good movie. I honestly really enjoyed it a lot. It definitely holds up Wes Craven's legacy, and it's one that I genuinely believe you should check out. So, non-spoilers for now. You know, how does it hold up? It's a good one. You know, definitely not the worst one. And, of course, not the best either. I mean, Scream 1 is just, you know, so much. It's like the peak, right? It's like your Halloween, Texas Chainsaw, the original. Like, it's just such a landmark film. And, yeah, it's not, like, better than the original, no. But it's not the worst either. It's a genuine good time. Really good. Good kills in it. Arguably the most brutal one. Between 4 and 5, it's definitely up there. Probably the most brutal one to date. And yeah, it's a great film. Had a blast with it, like really good. It was just a killer time. But we will get into some spoilers, but you will be warned. So yeah, great film. Definitely one of the better ones. Like, seriously, the pacing, and even the meta commentary, because, of course, if you're unaware, Scream has always been, like, I won't say parody, but it's always, like, a commentary on the horror genre, right? Like, they talk about the tropes, that sort of thing. Like, each one has something to say. And this one has to deal with, like, toxic fandoms and how that can play into it. But must I say, the new characters and everything, seriously, great cast, like, really good. Obviously, our legacy characters are there, and they steal the show, as expected. I mean, they're the ones we grew up with, if you're familiar with the franchise. But these new ones, you know, our new lead, Sam, and her sister, Tara, definitely standouts. And, might I say, Tara, you know, pink shirt girl from the trailer, best character. Like, seriously, the breakout star. It's a shame to say Sam was really great in the film, don't get me wrong, but Tara is definitely the best. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if in the future she becomes the final girl, right? Our new Sydney. She is fantastic. Jenny Ortega, I believe, is the actress. Great job. Seriously, grade A. And yeah, I mean, all our returning characters are there, and it was just really good to see them, and they worked them into it well. Like, they're in the film. Admittedly, they're not there the whole way, but I like that because, again, this is like not a reboot, but, you know, it's like turning a new chapter for the series. So you have to give these new characters, you know, their space to breathe, to really spread their legs, you know, like, get that running start and really, like, start to win us over. And for the most part, they do a good job. Of course, not all are perfect, but no film is perfect, so can't really expect that. And yeah, if you're a fan of the series, really great callbacks all throughout the film. Seriously, there's like if you watch them all like I did, you know, I watched 1 through 4 leading up to the release of 5. It's really good. You know, there's a lot of great cameos. And they really go deep. There are characters that, like, are in, like, one movie, and then you see them and you're like, oh, damn. Like, you know, they're there. Like, it was really, really great attention to detail. You can tell the two directors cared. You know, Radio Silence, I believe they go by. They really did a good job. And you can tell, like, they're truly fans of the horror genre and of Wes Craven. And, yeah, they did a fantastic job. But, yeah, we'll just keep it that, you know, if you wanted spoiler-free, if I had to give it a rating out of 10, I give it a solid 8.5. Great film. Definitely go check it out. But now, you know, drawing the line, we're getting into spoiler territory. So, my honest opinion, I do think you should go see it before any spoilers because it takes the fun out of it. But hey, if you're someone, you know, you don't care about that sort of thing, it's all good. But you've been warned, we are going to touch on some spoilers of the film. Do recommend you watch it first, but, you know, at the end of the day, I don't tell you what to do. Go watch it, come back, do your thing. But, yes, we are now getting into spoilers. So, you know, the rumors were true. One of the legacy characters did die. And, you know, it was kind of obvious, and I called it. Our boy Dewey had to go. It was sad. They did treat it nicely, though, and, you know, I was right that the trailer really did call out. The trailer did kind of give away too much, I guess is one negative I could say. Like, if you're really paying attention to it, you kind of had the whole film figured out, so I guess that is against it, that it could be slightly predictable if you're paying attention. So, yeah, Dewey, he had to go. I mean, you know, hey, shout out to David Arquette. A great performance. Our boy Dewey was a retired sheriff. You know, obviously Judy Hicks became the sheriff. And I guess spoiler too, she dies as well. Same with their son Wes, who I was favoring as like a killer potential, but they die kind of early on, like in the first half of the film. So I was like, well, they're not it. And yeah, Dewey died. It was a sad scene, but again, you know, no character lasts forever, so they had to adapt, move on, the next generation. And the killers, so again, as I said, it is somewhat predictable, and the leaks were true. So Amber was one of the killers, which, obviously I had heard that leak, but watching the film, and again, one thing I do like is like the pacing of it. Like, it was really solid. Like, it was like once it was going, it was going. There were quiet moments in between, but it never got boring. You know, like, oh, like just talking for too long. Like, there's always like death, you know, quiet moment, death, chase. Like, it was like a good pace, which I appreciate. I like that. Like, the 2 hours or however long the film was went by like nothing. Really great stuff. But yeah, it was just like the killers. So Amber was one of them. We had 2 killers, and the other one, which you could figure out because just like the space, like where everyone was when certain scenes happened, you kind of like, yeah, it realistically only could have been you. And that was, of course, our character Sam's boyfriend, Richie. They were our 2 killers, so it remained the tradition of 2 killers. And just like the last film, it was a guy and a girl again. So no 2 females or 3 females, like none of that. And they were good. I mean, admittedly, Richie was a better character, like throughout the film. Amber herself, like as the girl, pretty dull. Like, she's you know, like in the scene, and then we move on to other characters, and then she's not there. But once she's revealed as a Ghostface, it's like a switch. Like, she really turns it up, and she gets burned and everything. Like, seriously, great kill. Gail got it. Well, no, Tara got the final shot, but Gail was the one that burned her, because, you know, Amber said the thing, like, she reveals that she's the one that killed Dewey, and, you know, she says he died. Obviously, that's the scene, you know, with Gale shooting the gun, which I called again. The trailer did reveal too much for like Gale angrily shooting was like, yeah, at the person who killed Dewey, and that's exactly what it was. And you know, she shoots Amber, and then Richie, they both die. And the two characters I did like were the characters of, I forget, I think her name was Mindy and Chad. The two twins, you know, they're the relatives of Randy, you know, Randy Meeks. His sister came back. That was one of the cameos I was really like, oh, because she was only in 3, I believe, or maybe 2. But from what I remember, she's only in like 1 film, or if she's in 2 and 3, it's like very like short each, like 1 scene each. But yeah, it was really cool to see her. That's their mother, and I was like, oh, see, that's why I love Scream, like the attention to detail, like keeping track of everything, fantastic. But yeah, they survive. You know, we thought they each die. Chad, especially, you're for sure like, oh, he is dead, like, you know, a goner. But no, I guess he's the Dewey of this franchise. He makes it. And then Mindy survives, and she's a great character. She's basically the Randy 2.0. You know, the one that knows all the rules, knows everything. There's a great scene with her and Amber when they're like, oh, how do I know you're not the killer? Like, in the basement. And it's like, you know, they're both like, oh, like, don't trust anyone. Then it's like, so how could I trust you? Like, it's really good back and forth. Yeah, they both live, so hopefully, unlike Randy, they'll be able to, at least one of them, at least Mindy, if anything, be able to stick around and last longer than, you know, Randy. But yeah, really good. Sydney and Gale are still alive, but will they continue the series? We don't know, because it is definitely set up that Sam and Tara are going to be our, like, new main characters. Oh, and I guess the elephant in the room, Sam, our main girl, her and Tara are the daughters, illegitimate daughters of Billy Loomis, and, you know, Skeet, I forget his last name, that's the actor. He reprises his role, and essentially Sam has like hallucinations of Billy, and in a really nice like full circle thing where Billy was the killer and arguably the guy that put the series into motion. Sir Roman killed his mom, but Billy was the one that took the actions to start everything. She has hallucinations of him, and it's with him that she gets the, like, help. Like, she imagines him to kill Richie, her boyfriend. And yeah, they plant the seeds and leave the door open that she could eventually turn evil, because again, she's the daughter of a serial killer. So it was nice to see. It was really cool to see him, and I liked how they worked him into it. He fits, and no Stu. I know we were all like, oh, Stu's gonna come back, but no, it was Billy. Which, hey, I'll give the team, you know, the movie that everyone thought it'd be Stu, which obviously Amber lives in this house, and we see this, you know, the Stu Mocker house again, but no, it was Billy who returned, so that was really cool. And the cool thing is, the way with the hallucinations, he could definitely come back for future films. But yeah, that's really it. I really enjoyed it. There was no end credit scene. It just ends with, like, you know, Sam and Tara going away. And then, of course, he had, like, there was, like, a cool scene right before where it's, like, Sydney and Gale, and then Sam and Tara, and it was pretty much, like, the old final girls versus the new, and that whole, like, you know, this is your story now. Could Sydney and Gale come back? Absolutely, but you could write them off as, like, because in the story, Sydney is, like, not even in Woodsboro anymore. She's married. She has kids. And she even says, like, I don't plan to go back there. But, of course, as with all these movies, you always end back at Woodsboro. But I liked it. Now, again, was the film necessary? No, not really. This is basically just, yeah, like a requel, right? Reboot, sequel. We're going to follow new characters. And hey, who knows, in the next film, Gale or Sydney, both of them might die unless one of them is a killer. If they even continue on with the series, right? But our boy Dewey was gone, and I liked it. And yeah, so of course, next Tuesday's video, I, Ghostface, will be ranking them. And yeah, I mean, well, we'll see. I mean, you'll see where I think it stands compared to the other 4. And yeah, I mean, it was good. I think you should go check it out. Obviously, make the judgment for yourself. But as this clown would say, you know, there's new videos every Tuesdays and Saturdays. And, you know, if you like this type of content, well, be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good jazz. And, well, no. I've been your host, Ghostface. And who knows? Maybe I'll be back.